Yo, what up, what up? Peace, everybody. It's your boy Wax, Wax Groove TV, home of the Brokers Podcast, you know. 1/3 of the Brokers Podcast. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Week number two was putting out this video, or putting out a video of me basically reacting blindly to some news stories. So we got a couple we're going to go over today. I got pulled up. I haven't actually read through them yet. So let's see what we got. So first one, 50 Cent explains why he doesn't go to Diddy's parties. Now, I do remember in an interview some years past, 50 talking about Diddy being zesty, which is whatever. I mean, if that's his thing, that's his thing. But he had basically said, like, yo, Diddy was like offering to buy the dude clothes and just, you know, basically a bunch of weird stuff going on from his party, like at his parties and stuff like that. I ain't gonna front, that is weird though. Some dude just randomly be like, yo, let me buy you some clothes. Like, I'd find that kind of weird too. Then I remember he had referenced when Diddy was on Drink Champs with Fab and Jada, just how uncomfortable they looked. Yeah, but it's hilarious. I'm gonna read a snippet of it and let's just see what it says. Not gonna give out the news source because, you know, I'm poor. 50 Cent and Diddy have had a love-hate relationship over the course of several decades, but the G-Unit head honcho recently revealed that he is not a fan of the former Bad Boy exec's infamous parties that had been the subject of rumor and speculation. It's fun. This is funny because I think 50 is probably one of the most outspoken individuals, on top of being like the original hip hop troll. So when you see something like this, it's just hilarious. I gotta laugh. I'm sorry. In a video from an undated concert, Fifth revealed to the laughing audience that he does not go to Puffy's parties. Nuh-uh. He said from the stage, that nigga hug you from the front and the back at the same time. Yo. Nigga said he hugged you from the front and the back at the same time. 50's wild, man. But listen, it's been a lot of speculation and rumor when it comes to Diddy. His former bodyguard, I can't remember his full name. I know it's Gene something. He had been on a bunch of interviews like with Vlad and other people, or Vlad style interviews. I'm not going to say Vlad himself because I don't remember who it was. It might have been Vlad, it might have been someone else. But long story short, he had basically mentioned, like, you know, Diddy's undercover zestiness for a while. You know, it is what it is. Like, you know, however Diddy gets down is however Diddy gets down. None of my concern. I don't really care. But it's still funny to see 50 Cent address these stories, and the way that he does address them just makes it all the more funnier, honestly. So yeah, man, it is what it is. I wonder if if Diddy's gonna have anything to say about that. What else do we have? Let's see. Sorry for the silence and pause. Jaden Smith called out haters. Damn, can a man have his phases? Jaden Smith is showing off his progress he's been making in the gym and how his skinny body was just a phase. What? Wait, so y'all clowning this dude or trying to... That don't make sense. So the dude was skinny. He's a little older, matured a little bit, decided to hit the gym, and now y'all want to call out or bring up the fact that he was skinny. So he went from skinny to hitting the weights. I haven't seen his gains, so I don't know what he looked like. But anyways, the man made some gains, and y'all want to reference the fact that he was skinny. So for those people who do that, like, think about yourself in 5-year terms. How you thought 5 years ago isn't the way you think now. How you look at yourself 5 years ago ain't this going to be the same way you look at yourself now. So the man grew up. He wisened up and said, yo, I want to start taking care of my body or look a certain way, or it could be for health reasons. Whatever he did, it is what it is. I mean, however he started lifting or going to the gym, that's on him. I'm a big fan of people hitting the gym and working out and being healthy. So yeah, man, shout out to Jaden Smith, and fuck your haters. This is what it is. Let's see. Atlanta hip hop duo Outkast now has the best selling rap album of all time. Wow. I wonder who held that spot previously. I mean, shout out to Outkast. I feel like, everybody and their mama wants new music from Andre 3000, but he is not one to put out music. So the group hasn't put out music since 2006. Let's see. They haven't put out an album since 2006. What was the name of that album? And who had the spot? Atlanta-based group Outkast now has the number one rap-selling album of all time, according to an Instagram post from Big Boy. Speakerboxxx, The Love Below, which was released September 23rd, 2003, became the best-selling rap album with 13 million units sold, according to Big Boy. The album took over the distinction from Eminem's The Eminem Show, which was released back in 2002, another classic. So yeah, man, shout out to Outkast. Hopefully we get some more music from you guys. It would be dope to hear more music. Andre, we want to hear music from you. What's Big Boy up to? Would mind listening to you. Was always a big fan of Outkast, group and individuals. That actually brings me to something I saw. This is actually, I would say this is news too, because I feel like it does need to happen more. And shout out to Mr. DCYLP, because this is something I know he's talked about in the past. But Nas had said he wants to see more artists from his generation putting out new music. And honestly, I agree with him. I do think people from his generation should put out new music. I mean, obviously, he's been on a tear for the last 5-6 years with the work he's been doing with Hit Boy. So shout out to Nas. Shout out to Nas for saying that. And yeah, hopefully that puts some of these other guys on the spot to start making more music. I mean, no other genre do people stop making music at 40, or just get out of the game at 40. And I mentioned 40 because I'm going to tie in something else. I did see another interview that Styles P was on, and he had mentioned about basically the hip hop community and people being brainwashed and thinking that, at 40, you're supposed to just stop living your life. Like, I get it, hip hop's a young sport, a young man's game, but like I said, rock and roll, R&B, country, all these other genres of music, people are still putting out music well into their 50s and 60s. So, you know what? I would love to see some of them older generation rappers continue to put out music, just follow that same Nas formula to some degree. Obviously, hopefully you're still sharp with the pen, but, link up with some of these newer producers, some of the older producers, and just crank out music, make some magic happen, see what you got, you know what I mean? Especially with the way the game is going right now. Let's see, Diddy predicts these two rappers will be the next two billionaires. Who do we have here? Of course, we bring Diddy back into the fold. During a new cover story with Billboard music mogul Bad Boy Records, founder named two of the current hip-hop artists believe will be hit with 10-figure wealth. Nipsey Hussle to me was that Young Puff version. Diddy told the publication amid the release of his latest album, the Love album off the grid, but one person that I can say right now is Travis Scott. Sorry if my posture looks all crazy. I'm like leaning in to read my computer instead of having it on my lap today. I can agree with that, man. I feel like Travis Scott has been very active on the business side, especially with his collab. Like, he's got that collab with Jordan Brand and Nike. People go crazy for Travis Scott ones. Obviously tour merch, concerts, although I did read somewhere that his concert ticket sales are stupid low and selling for dirt cheap right now. But yeah, man, shout out to Travis Scott. It's a shame Nip isn't here, because we all know Nip had a very business mindset, and it would have been nice to see. But overall, I do feel like more and more artists are going to become billionaires, rappers per se, because I mean, the rap game is a business, and you're starting to see more rappers really starting to take that business serious. There was a man arrested for the hip hop legend's Tupac Shakur's murder. Apparently he was in the car that night. I haven't personally looked into this heavy, but apparently this dude's been all over interviews and screaming what he's been screaming for years. I did see that Suge Knight said he would not be testifying. We know Suge Knight lived by that street code to the fullest to some degree. Maybe this is him not snitching. Maybe he's gonna, I don't know, incriminate himself if he decides to take the stand. But long story short, he is not taking the stand for whatever reason. So I guess we'll just wait to see what happens with that. Drake has put it out there that 21 Savage now has a passport. Is that what I saw? Was it a passport, or he can travel internationally? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Drake reveals 21 Savage has finally gotten a green card and can travel outside the U.S. So 21 Savage is going to be gearing up for an international tour. So shout out to 21 Savage, man. Best of luck with that, and make your money. I could see him at some point in time becoming very wealthy in the hip hop game once he really dials in and locks in a lot of business ventures. I feel like he makes music with, some of the best. What's the word I want to use? Some of the best commercially successful artists, and I could see him just stepping into that business lane. But yeah, man, that's another week number 2, hip hop news. Me blindly reacting. Let me know what you guys think. Anything you want me to talk about? Any albums you want us to review? Most importantly, subscribe to the channel, like this video. Be on the lookout for more content. It's your boy Wax Groove TV. Peace.